creativity, energy, consciousness, and the stuff of creation. Within the RYUC understanding and the RYUC and Beyond YouTube recordings, when talking about our creativity, reference is normally made to our creative power and our creative ability. The reason for this is that to create is to bring something into existence. It can be a copy of something that already exists or something completely original, never before seen. One is energy to manifest the creation, and the other is a conscious awareness of what to do and how to do it. As discussed in other recordings, the journey of exploration into our creativity revealed the human mind is very limited in understanding how the unseen aspects of creation work. The best the human mind can do is get a glimmer of the process and then find analogies to describe what appears to be seen and or create a story as to how it appears. The human mind then believes the analogy or story is real and ends up missing what is really occurring. When it comes to creating and manifesting a truly original creation, never before experienced, our mind does not know what to do or how to do it. Mind only knows the past and what it has experienced. So one needs to be very aware that mind cannot give a clear direction one would hope to have. So one will need to do three things. One is to pay attention to the flow of energy that they perceive as manifesting what they desire. The second is to listen and follow the intuitive insights they receive about what they may need to do for what is manifesting. The third thing is to realize mind will be of limited value because it has not previously experienced what it desires to create. It will need to follow the direction of the energy flow and intuitive insights and trust that as this is done, it will gain the experience it needs to understand what to do and what is necessary. Here it's important to navigate from the heart. That is, allow the heart, when it feels, to set the direction and have the mind attend to the details as to how to make it happen. Now, what is interesting in the journey of exploration into our creativity, it revealed mind is limited in its perceptions of the unseen and how it works. What was observed is this, quote, stuff that underlies all of creation only looks like energy and consciousness from within physical creation. Some mystics would say this, quote, stuff that underlies creation is a, quote, no thingness, that's something that does not have form, and it is a no thing, but it is something out of which all arises. Physicists would say all arises out of a field that appears to be a quantum field of probabilities. It is quantized in the aspects that particles, which you could probably include what we call thoughts, arise as packages or in discrete lumps of energy as photons or particles with mass. What it really is does not matter. What matters is it manifests in physical creation as an experience of energy or consciousness. The problem the human mind faces is the human experience pulled our awareness into a particular form of creation, namely physical creation. But physical creation does not reflect overall how the universe works. It's only an aspect of a much larger and vast creation. We can look at it as a water analogy. For example, we can know all about water as a liquid and how it works, but we know nothing of how liquid water works, tells us anything about how steam and ice works. There are things that we can do with water that we cannot do with ice and steam, and there are things we can do with ice and steam we cannot do with water. Now, if we look at physical creation and the human being within physical creation as water, and the unseen universe as ice and steam, knowing all about water tells us nothing about ice and steam. There may be a glimmer of things that look like liquid water. For example, steam can flow and ice can support something resisting on it like water, but nevertheless steam and ice are different. Now, to think a few glimmers of perception tell us all we need to know and that we can extrapolate what we know about water to ice and steam, we are making a huge mistake. Also, unless we look at what lies within the water, the hydrogen and oxygen, there's much we will not know about the nature of water. But here is also something of importance if we look at what gives rise to water, namely the atomic and quantum structure of water. That can lead to additional understanding about steam and ice, even if we cannot physically enter the world of steam and ice. So, at the most fundamental level of human existence, we seem to be facing with two things. One is energy, for everything physical rises out of energy and everything is animated by energy. The second is the human mind and its creative imagination. All that exists in the world created by humans in physical creation, whether it be physical structure or a story, paradigm, or belief about creation, arose initially as a thought in someone's mind. There are two questions, of course. One is, from where does the human thought arise? And second is, what can any human comment on that is not filtered by the human mind? Paragraph 9. Alternatively said, no matter what anyone says, the stuff out of which creation forms is not really understood and very possibly never understood by the human mind. There is evidence to suggest it has aspects of consciousness, aspects of energy, aspects of infinite possibilities, to name only 3. Quite frankly, it appears it is beyond our understanding. So we can expect experiences of seemingly magical and or mystical experiences, paradoxical, or simply not fully understandable to the human mind. One question that can be asked is, how can I, the author, make any claims about understanding what lies outside physical creation and what may exist that gives rise to physical creation, after stating above such information is not available? The answer is the observations made by me, the author, suggesting what is stated here exists. Admittedly, it cannot be proven scientifically. Nevertheless, it has been an effective model or paradigm for understanding our creativity and what is possible. In time, as information is gained, the author fully expects this understanding to be replaced with an understanding that is more accurate. It appears what we think we know, we don't, and what we think we understand, we don't. The best we have is an approximation. No matter how good an approximation depends on what we are trying to create, whether it's an experience or an object of some type. The recommendation is do your own experiments and use what works for you.